begins on a cool afternoon. After a long day at school, Lily was picked up by her dad for a walk. Lily skipped happily beside him. Her eyes sparkling with joy. She secretly wished, "I wish Dad could take me out like this every day." The gentle afternoon breeze made the little monkey feel wonderful. However, the joy didn't last long. When they reached their gate, Dad stopped and told Lily to go inside first. He said he had some business to take care of and would be out for a while. Lily obediently listened, but she felt a little disappointed.
Dad.
With Dad gone, Lily was left alone in the big empty house. She sat there, looking sad and anxious. Silly thoughts started popping into her head. Why didn't he let me go with him? Is he going to abandon me? These questions made Lily feel very lonely. A while later, she fell asleep. When she woke up, she was shocked to realize Dad still hadn't cooked dinner. The kitchen was cold and empty. Instead of sitting around moping, Lily decided to turn her worry into action. I will help Dad. He will be so surprised when he comes back. Lily told herself and got to work. Though she was small, she was quick. Lily struggled a bit with the kitchen tools meant for adults. First, she cooked the rice. Her tiny hands carefully measured the rice into the pot. She took it to the tap, washed the rice patiently, and carefully drained the water so she wouldn't drop a single grain. After putting the rice on the stove, she ran around tidying up the kitchen. Even though her hands were busy, her eyes kept looking toward the door. Every now and then, she would stop and listen, hoping to hear the familiar sound of Dad's motorbike. The rice was cooked and a simple dinner was ready, but Dad was still nowhere to be seen. Time passed slowly, and her excitement turned into worry. Lily sat curled up in front of the house praying, "Please, let Dad be safe. Dad, I miss you so much." Just as she was about to lose hope, Dad's voice rang out, "Lily, what are you doing?" Bursting with happiness, Lily ran to greet him. She was both happy and teary-eyed, saying, "Where have you been? I waited for you for so long." Walking into the house, Dad was stunned to see the dinner table already set. He couldn't hide his emotion and surprise. "Lily, did you cook this?" Dad quickly got the bowls and chopsticks. The two of them sat down at the cozy table. Dad looked at Lily with proud, loving eyes and kept praising her thoughtfulness. He felt so lucky to have such a caring daughter. During the meal, Dad gently put pieces of tofu into Lily's bowl, encouraging her to eat more. The house was no longer filled with worry, but only laughter and the warm love of family. The next day, on her way home from school, Lily spotted a mulberry bush growing by the road. The ripe, black berries caught her attention immediately. Unable to resist, Lily stopped to pick and eat the fresh berries right there.
จะvề hả?
After enjoying the berries, Lily continued walking home. Looking across the street, she saw a strange object and went closer to check. It turned out to be a giant coconut. Lily wanted to bring this prize home, but she soon realized her small body couldn't lift such a heavy fruit. Not giving up, Lily tried everything. At first, she used her small hands to roll the coconut on the ground.
Oh my god.
But after just a short distance, she was exhausted. She realized this method took too much energy and wouldn't get the coconut home. Suddenly, Lily had a bright idea. She ran all the way back to her house.
Dad. Dad.
Instead of going inside, she ran straight to the storage area and grabbed her small blue wagon.
Đi đâu rồi về đây?
At that time, Lily's dad was inside, wondering why his daughter wasn't home yet.
Cái xe làm gì đấy? Đi đâu giờ này về? Hả? Đi mũi cho bà à? Đi đâu giờ này về? Hả? Đâu? Thôi, đưa cặp cho tôi nè. Tính đi đâu hả? Tính đi đâu nữa hả? Nè, đưa cặp cho bà nè. Sao con muốn đi đâu nữa? Nói đi.
When he saw Lily rushing in to get the wagon without even saying hello or eating lunch, he called out worriedly, "Lily, where are you going?" Too focused on the coconut, Lily just looked back and said, "Wait a minute, Dad," and quickly pulled the wagon away. Lily pulled the blue wagon back to the spot. Worried, her dad followed her.
Ủa? Làm gì Lily? Làm gì vậy?
And found his daughter standing next to the wagon and the huge coconut. He exclaimed in surprise,
Đây hả?
"You pulled the wagon all the way here just for this?"
Nhá.
Lily happily showed him that she wanted to bring this coconut home as a gift for
Ở đâu
him.
ra đây? Ở đâu ra đây Ly? Cái này ở đâu đây? À, ở bên kia hả? À, giỏi lắm. Thôi được rồi. Để ba cho. Nhé, để ba cầm cho Ly nhé.
Touched by his daughter's
Cầm
sweet
này cho Ly
heart,
ha.
Dad decided to help.
Đi nè.
He picked up the coconut, and even better, he picked up Lily too. He carried both his little princess and the prize all the way home.
Chào ba với. Đây đi ơi. Rồi đấy. Chào bà tí nhé. Đây đi. Nước đúng không con?
Safe at home, Dad chopped the coconut and asked Lily to get a glass. She ran to the kitchen and brought one out.
Rồi. Nè. Đây nha. Ngon không?
Dad poured the fresh coconut water from the giant fruit for Lily to try.
Đi vào lấy cái. Đi đi, vào đây Lia. Đi.
A new day began with bright sunlight shining through the window. While everything was still quiet, little Lily woke up very early. Without crying or being naughty, Lily was being a very diligent girl today. She sat quietly in a corner with her favorite book.
Uh-oh.
Looking at the clock, she saw it was late, but Dad was still sleeping. Lily decided to take action. Maybe yesterday's hard work made Dad sleep in.
Dad.
She climbed onto the bed and put her face close to his to check. Seeing he still hadn't moved, Lily used her tiny hands to shake him. She even climbed on top of him as if to say, "Dad, wake up!
Dad.
The sun is high in the sky. How long are you going to sleep?"
Ly.
Facing the enthusiastic and cute attack of his beloved daughter, Dad finally had to crawl out of bed, rubbing his sleepy eyes to greet the new day.
Cưng nghệ. Làm gì mà cưng nghệ? Ôi. Muốn đói được không? Đói đúng không? Bác làm cái gì Ly ăn nhé. Cái bếp làm gì ăn nhé. Ha. Đi.
The first thing they did was wash up.
Để cái mặt cái ha.
Dad carried
Ăn
Lily
mở
into
đi.
the bathroom.
Mở nước. Mở đây, đúng rồi.
The cool water woke them both up completely.
Được chưa? Rồi đóng lại đi con. Đúng rồi, đi này.
After washing up, their tummies started to rumble. Seeing Lily looked hungry, Dad decided to make something cool and nutritious.
Sao? Đây này đi. Đấy. Sao đấy? Dối à? Hôm qua mình làm hơi mệt nên dậy muộn. Chắc là đi đói lắm rồi nhỉ? Đúng không?
They both agreed on watermelon juice.
Dối bà à? Thôi coi ngồi đi. Con ngồi ba làm gì cho ăn nhé. Đây, về đây. Đây, đúng rồi. Con ngồi đây. Ngồi đây. Ba làm cho đi nhé. Hay dưa hấu nhé. Đây. À. Cắt ra nhé. Con bỏ cái cho ba đi. Rồi đó. ngon quá ha. Nè, trời ơi, cái này tuyệt vời quá Ly. Chờ ba tít ăn làm cho. Chờ ba tít nha.
In the kitchen, Dad started peeling a huge watermelon. Lily was a great assistant. While Dad peeled, Lily stood by with a basket. As soon as Dad finished a piece of rind, Lily's quick hands picked it up and put it neatly into the trash, not letting any fall on the floor. They worked together perfectly.
Đúng rồi. Đây này. Đây đi. Đúng rồi, bỏ đúng chứ không? Bỏ đấy. Đây này. Có bỏ đi đi. Bỏ đây. Đúng rồi. Đúng rồi, gọn vào đây. Bà làm cho Ly một ly nước ép nhá, có một ít đĩa để ăn nữa ha, được không? Rồi, từ đã. Khoái quá ha. Cha cứ ngồi đây. Để giúp ba bỏ này vào đây nhá. Vào đây nhá. Rồi, bỏ vào đấy chứ con.
When the red, juicy watermelon was cut into pieces, Lily's professionalism started to wobble because she was craving the fruit.
Bỏ vô đi con.
Her eyes lit up.
Đây luôn.
While waiting, the cheeky girl reached out and stole a piece of watermelon, popping it into her mouth and chewing with a satisfied look.
Bỏ vô Ly. Đây nữa. Cảm ơn Ly nha. Bỏ vô Ly. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Thêm ít nữa nha. Có vẻ hơi ít đấy. Và làm thêm ít nữa nha. Đây đi này. Đi bỏ vào cho ba đi. Đây nữa. Đây nữa đi. Đây nữa. Trái. Đây nữa. Cái này cho Ly này. Rồi, ba để cái này ra đây nhé.
But the main dish wasn't done yet. Dad brought out the blender.
Đây, qua đây giúp. Đây. Rồi, Ly bỏ này vào đây đi. Bỏ đây này. Đây.
Lily put the red watermelon pieces into the machine under Dad's guidance.
Đây. Đó, đây này. Đúng rồi. Rồi, nữa đi con. Đây nữa. Đây nữa con bỏ.
Even while working hard, she didn't forget to reward herself with a few more pieces.
Nữa đi, bỏ nữa đi. Đây này, cái đây này. Đúng rồi, đã bỏ đây này. Bỏ vô. Rồi, bạn nha.
When the blender was full, Dad turned it on. Whir! The machine turned the fruit into delicious red juice.
Rồi, bỏ tiếp đi Ly. Bỏ tiếp. Rơi kìa. Đúng rồi đấy, bỏ tiếp. Chà đây đứng này. Ui giời, từ từ. Đây đi, cầm đây này. Đây, bỏ đây. Đúng rồi, nữa đi. Thôi, rơi rồi. Từ nha. Đây đi, bỏ vô. Bỏ đây. Bỏ vô đây. Này, thấy bỏ vô đi. Đây này, bỏ đây này. Đúng rồi, bỏ vô đi, nữa đi. Bỏ đây cho ba. Đúng rồi. Đấy đó. Được rồi. Ok rồi. Tiếp nha. Được rồi đấy.
Finally, it was ready.
Ai ngồi đi. Chào bác tí nhé. Đây. Đứng ở đây. Đây, qua ghế ngồi đi con.
Dad poured the cold juice into a glass for Lily.
Rồi. Chưa. Con ngồi đi, chờ tí. Để làm cho Ly một đĩa nữa nha. Cho Ly thêm một đĩa để ăn nhé.
and gave her a plate of fresh watermelon too.
Này nó bỏ ra kia đi. Đúng rồi, đây nữa này. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đúng rồi đấy. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa con. Đây nữa đi. Đây nữa. Đây nữa đi. Đây. Đây nữa đi. Giỏi lắm. Đây. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Đây nữa con. Đây nữa. Đây nữa. Rồi làm đi ăn nhé. Nhiều quá hả? Thèm quá hả? Thèm quá hả? Thèm quá hả? Trời ơi. Đi xuống ghế ngồi đi con. Ăn thì uống trước. Cái nào trước? Uống cái nào trước? Uống trước rồi. Uống đây.
The two of them sat at the table, enjoying a simple but cozy breakfast.
Nhưng mà no đấy.
Lily drank the juice happily. The sweet taste delighted her.
Được không? Được không? Rồi đây cho nào. Rồi qua đây.
Seeing his daughter drinking a bit too fast, Dad gently reminded her, "Drink slowly, sweetie, or you'll choke." And that was how Lily's morning began. A bit of peace with a book, a bit of busy work in the kitchen, and overflowing with love beside her dad.
Đúng rồi. Lấy giấy nhé, giấy lau nhé. Giấy lau sạch nhé, thấy chưa? Đây này. Ăn đi để ba giặt đồ cho. Ngon không? Thấy cái hạt đấy, ngon ở đâu? Cái hạt đấy.
The air outside was chilly, but inside the small house, it was cozy and warm. That morning began with the gentle sound of rain pattering outside the window. Lily's dad had woken up early. As always, his first thought was to prepare a delicious and nutritious breakfast for his little daughter. He took out some fresh carrots and creamy sweet potatoes, Lily's absolute favorites. He meticulously washed, peeled, and prepped everything. His plan was to have it all ready so that when Lily woke up, he could cook it immediately, ensuring she wouldn't have to wait with a hungry tummy. Halfway through, he remembered he needed to go out to the garden to check on Baby the goat in this rainy weather. Thinking Lily was still fast asleep under her warm blanket, he gently closed the door and stepped out, leaving the house quiet for her to rest a bit longer. Not long after Dad left, Lily stirred and woke up. She rubbed her eyes, looked around the room in confusion, and called out her familiar greeting, "Dad!" But the only reply was the silence of the empty house. Lily scurried around, looking for her dad in every room, from the bedroom to the living room. But his familiar figure was nowhere to be seen. Sad and disappointed, she sat on the doorstep, hugging her knees and waiting. ticked by, but Dad still hadn't returned. Instead of sitting there moping, a bold idea suddenly popped into the little monkey's head. Why don't I help Dad? Lily's eyes lit up. She dashed into the kitchen. Using her super memory, Lily began to replay the moves she saw her dad make every day. Clumsily but with determination, she put the potatoes into the pot and carefully poured in water. She didn't forget to cover the lid tightly before reaching up to turn on the stove. After cooking, Lily even showed how capable she was by wiping up the water splashes around the stove, just like her dad's tidy habits.
Ready, set, and go! Lily giggled, imagining her dad's surprised and proud face when he saw breakfast was already cooked. But the joy of being an adult didn't last long before trouble struck. Suddenly, Lily clutched her stomach, frowning. A stomach ache hit her out of nowhere, making her panic. Oh my gosh!
She rushed into the bathroom.
Oh yeah!
And after taking care of business, she let out a deep sigh. What a relief! Just then, Dad returned from the garden. As soon as he walked into the kitchen, his eyes went wide with surprise. The stove was on, the pot of potatoes was boiling vigorously, and a delicious smell filled the air. But the chef was nowhere to be found.
Lily! Lily ơi!
He wondered
Lily!
aloud and called out,
Lily ơi!
Lily!
Đâu rồi? Lily ơi! Lily!
Following the sounds, he found Lily in the bathroom.
Ui! Đi vệ sinh nhà Lily!
Seeing her looking a bit resigned, he
Trời
asked
ơi.
gently, Are you okay? Just stay calm.
Ủa, đến đây đi, đi cho bạn này. Đây đây ngồi đó. Trời ơi. Sao? Đau bụng à? Bây giờ chào bà tí nhá.
After Lily was done, he softly rubbed some soothing oil on her tummy and asked if the pain had eased.
Cái này bôi đau bụng đấy, cái nằm xuống. Đúng rồi, cái nằm xuống. Đó. Bôi bụng nhé, khỏi đau chưa? Nằm xuống không? Nằm xuống, nằm xuống, nằm xuống. Đúng rồi. Nằm đây, nằm đây. Đúng rồi. Nằm đây. Ăn gì linh tinh đúng không? Sinh nhật gì ăn lung tung hả? Hay sao? Rồi em mặc quần cho Ly này. Đây này.
He even carefully helped Lily tidy up her clothes so she looked neat again.
Ok rồi đấy. Giờ mình đi ăn nhé. Con nấu đồ cho Ly ăn nhé, nghe chưa? Đây. Ra con xe này. Bây giờ ok rồi. Đây ghế ngồi nhé, bà làm khoai cho Ly nhé. Thấy chưa? Ở đây nhá. Ngồi qua đây nhé. Ngồi qua đây nhé. Chào tí.
Returning to the kitchen, looking at the perfectly cooked potatoes and carrots, Dad suddenly understood everything. It turned out the little helper in the house was Lily. He told her to sit at the table and wait a moment while he served the food. By now, the stomach ache had passed, giving way to a grumbling hunger. Lily sat at the table, tapping her fingers to signal Dad to hurry up.
Chờ xíu Ly ơi, xong rồi. Xong rồi. Chờ xíu. Xong rồi đây. Ui dồi ôi. Nắng Ly, ra ghế ngồi đi không?
The steaming hot breakfast was served. The sweet potatoes and carrots seemed tastier than usual because they were seasoned with Lily's thoughtfulness and Dad's love. The two of them enjoyed a cheerful meal together, closing out a morning filled with interesting surprises. Lily ate with delight, while Dad watched his daughter with eyes full of pride. One beautiful morning, Dad had urgent business and had to leave early, leaving Lily in charge of the house. Dad.
The peaceful atmosphere didn't last long before rumble, rumble! The sound of a protest from Lily's empty stomach echoed through the room. She looked around bewildered. Hunger hit her like a storm. Lily began Operation Search the World to find food. She peered over tables, looked under cupboards, and checked every nook and cranny, hoping to find a leftover piece of cake or a banana. Disappointment was written all over her innocent face. Suddenly, an idea flashed in her mind like a car headlight. Her eyes shone with determination. If there's nothing to eat, why don't I make something myself? Oh. Lily walked into the kitchen with the confidence of a master chef. In her head, she was playing a slow-motion tape of all the times she watched Dad cook. She started scooping spoonfuls of flour, pouring water and ingredients into a bowl. Even though she was a little monkey, Lily's spoon skills were not bad at all. She scooped and mixed everything rhythmically, not clumsy in the slightest.
After mixing, she switched to kneading the dough. Her small hands pressed and folded the dough so professionally that anyone watching would have been amazed. The most surprising thing was the neatness of this super chef. Prep work done, Lily carefully put the dough into the mold and slid it into the oven. She skillfully turned the temperature to 300 degrees and set the timer for 20 minutes, just like a pre-programmed routine. Ding! The oven signaled the cake was done. Lily eagerly took her creation out. Wow! On the outside, the cake was a beautiful golden brown, looking just as yummy as a store-bought one. The aroma made Lily's stomach growl even louder. She reached out, intending to break off a piece to eat while it was hot, but then pulled her hand back. An intense internal battle began. To eat or not to eat? Finally, her love for her dad won over her hunger. Lily decided to swallow her saliva and patiently wait for Dad to come home so she could give him a big surprise. Finally, Dad was home. Lily jumped up in joy.
Làm gì đấy? Làm gì đấy?
Hurriedly bringing out the cake she had put her heart into to offer him.
Đi làm hả?
Dad, look what I made.
Đi làm.
Her eyes sparkled with pride. But crack! Dad winced. Half of his front tooth was gone.
Ly ăn thử bánh mình làm chưa? Con ăn thử đi. Đấy, ăn thử đi. Ăn thử đi con. Sao? À, dạ. Sao? Sao vậy? Cứng quá hả? Cứng quá hả? Ôi trời. Cứng quá hả? Cứng quá hả? Con ngồi lại và lấy sữa Ly nhé. Ngồi lấy sữa Ly ha.
Although the cake was a culinary failure, it was a huge emotional success. It turned out that while she was great at mimicking the movements, Lily seemed to have forgotten a key ingredient, like eggs. Or perhaps the water-to-flour ratio was a bit freestyle, turning the cake into a heavy weapon. To save this chaotic tea party and comfort his bewildered daughter, Dad gently got some milk for Lily.
Đây là giúp cho. Đây, mình bẻ này ra khỏi sọc mũi nha. Đây, cầm này, đó. Đây. Cờ đây. Đây, cầm này. Đó, cầm xuống nha. Đúng rồi đấy.
The two of them drank milk happily together, leaving the rock cake to the side.
Mà toàn bột luôn này. Bánh Lily làm này mọi người. Thơm đấy, nhưng mà hơi cứng. Thiếu trứng nha Ly nhỉ? Thiếu này thiếu trứng nha. Xong một trứng vào nha Ly nhé.
She found a bright yellow tennis ball and started playing basketball by herself. With adorable determination, Lily tried to toss the ball into her small wooden hoop. Even though she was a bit clumsy and missed sometimes, she kept picking up the ball and trying again. When she was done playing, Lily went to her favorite black and white striped hammock. She gently sat in it, swinging back and forth, patiently waiting for her dad to return. As time went on, it seemed the long wait was making her bored. Lily stretched out in the hammock, scratching her head, her big round eyes gazing into the distance. She looked just like a little old lady, deep in thought. She even let out a long, tired yawn. Just then, the gate opened. Dad was home. Lily instantly sat up. She quickly climbed out of the hammock and scampered to the door, excited to greet him. Seeing her dad fumbling with the glass door, Lily didn't hesitate. She climbed onto a nearby stool and pulled the handle to open the door for him. As Dad walked in, Lily ran right up to him, clinging lovingly. Dad held up a bag full of fresh fruit, and Lily curiously peeked inside.
Đi nào, đi xuống nào. Đúng rồi, đi nào. Giỏi lắm. Cứ đổ ôm chân luôn hả? Đi nào, tới đây chơi ba làm đồ ăn nhé.
Dad led Lily to a small wooden table and kindly set out some pre-cut grapes on a plate for her. Lily sat nicely on her chair, holding a small fork, and carefully speared each piece of grape, enjoying her snack. Meanwhile, maybe from being out in the sun, Dad felt a bit tired. He walked over to the sofa and lay down to rest. After finishing her snack, Lily saw her dad lying down, tired. She immediately ran to his side, climbed up onto his chest, pressed her cheek against his, and gave him sweet kisses, as if trying to comfort him.
Thương ba hả? Thương nha.
Seeing he still seemed tired, Lily suddenly had an idea. She quickly ran back to the fridge, opened the door, grabbed a bottle of cold water, and brought it to him. Dad was very surprised and touched by his little daughter's thoughtful gesture. He sat up, took the water bottle, and smiled, thanking Lily.
Rồi, cảm ơn Ly nhé. Để ba tự mở ra nhé. Con mở luôn hả? À, từ đây ba tự mở cho nhé. Cảm ơn Ly nhé. Này. Con ngồi đây, con ngồi đây. Ngồi xuống đi, con ngồi đấy.
After taking a drink and feeling better, Dad wrapped his arms tightly around Lily.
Đi giỏi nhỉ? Ừ? Lấy nước ở đâu đấy? Ừ? Lấy nước ở đâu đấy? Có phải đâu? Ừ? Con nghỉ tí nhé. À, đi.
He gently settled her on his chest, and the two of them drifted off into a peaceful, warm afternoon nap together. After their warm nap in Dad's arms, Lily woke up full of energy for new games. She immediately went to her indoor play area, which had a swing bar and colorful rings. After playing for a bit, Lily felt hungry again. She scampered to the yellow fridge, opened it, and pulled out a bright red dragon fruit. With a fork as her weapon, Lily sat at the table and tried to open it. However, the thick, slippery skin gave her trouble. After struggling for a moment, Lily decided to use brute force. She threw the dragon fruit hard onto the floor, smashing it open and splattering pink juice everywhere. Unfazed by the mess she'd made, Lily happily used her fork to scoop out and eat the sweet fruit. When she finished eating, perhaps feeling a little guilty about the mess, Lily started to clean up. She picked up the broken pieces of the dragon fruit peel, gathered them together, and put them in a small basket. After finishing her job, Lily ran to her soft cushion, lay down, and rolled back and forth, her face adorably smeared with pink dragon fruit stains. Sleepiness quickly set in after such a long day. Lily lay quietly on her cushion, her eyes getting heavy before slowly closing. She fell into a deep sleep, ending a long day filled with mischievous games and sweet moments with her beloved dad. The gentle dawn cast a tranquil glow upon the river, dyeing the water's surface a shimmering gold. In that fresh and serene space, a father and daughter began their day with familiar exercises.
Rồi. Đây đâu? Đây đi đâu? Đây đi này. Đây này. Đây đâu? Đúng rồi. Đây. Đúng rồi. Đây. Ly giỏi quá. À, bắt tay cái nào. Bắt tay nè. Bắt tay. Bây giờ bà bày Ly đưa tập dục nhá. Tập không khí trong lành nhá. Đưa hai tay lên trời nè.
The dad moved gently through each motion, and his little daughter, Lily, dressed in comfortable clothes, watched with intense concentration.
Tập tiếp nhá.
She was like a mirror, her small heart beating in rhythm with her dad's every gesture.
Đúng rồi, giỏi quá. Đúng rồi.
When her dad stretched his arms, her own small hands reached for the blue sky, trying to touch the clouds. Lily's intelligence and quickness brought a smile to her dad's face, a warm smile filled with pride and boundless love.
Đi đến sáng đi. Đi Ly à.
After exercising, the two of them walked to an old green motorcycle.
Đây, Ly đây.
The dad carefully placed a blue helmet on Lily's head.
Đúng rồi. Đi ngồi sau trước. Ngồi sau đây. Cầm chặt áo nhé.
And she quickly wrapped her arms tightly around his back, seeking safety and warmth for the ride home.
Nào, cẩn thận nhá. Rồi, đi thôi, đi về nhá. Cẩn thận nhá. Rồi, đi cho tôi đi. Rồi. Cất mũ đi nhá, cất đồ nhá. Cất mũ đây nè. Này, Ly bỏ mũ này. Đây, bỏ mũ xuống. Ui giời ơi. Đó, bỏ lên đây cho con Ly nhá. Đó. Thôi đi ra đây ngồi Ly, đứng lên con. Ra đây ngồi nè, đây này. Ngồi cho mát nhá. Ngồi đây. Sáng ngày sớm thì có vui không? Sáng sớm vậy có đói không nào? Đi kiếm gì ăn nhá.
Upon arriving home, their hungry stomachs began to rumble. Lily scampered to the yellow refrigerator, her eyes bright with the hope of finding something delicious.
Còn miếng táo à?
But when the door opened, the joy on her face suddenly vanished. Inside, only a small slice of an apple lay lonely on a shelf. Seeing the fleeting sadness in his daughter's eyes, her dad's heart sank a little.
Đây cái chị nhá. Ở đây, qua đây này. Đấy. Còn tiền không? Hết rồi đúng không? Đây là cái tiền nhé.
He took the apple slice, gently put it in his daughter's small crossbody bag, gave her some money, and told her to go buy more food.
Được chưa? Nhá, nhá. Lấy mũ đi. Lấy mũ rồi cho khỏi nắng. Đội vào, đội mũ vào. Đội cái mũ vô. Ra đây cho ba chỉ ra. Đây. Đúng rồi, ba xem nào. Được không? Được không? Đi về sớm nhá, thấy chưa? Không nắng chưa? Rồi đi đi. Bye bye. On her way to the grocery store, Lily stopped by the side of the road, finding a cool spot under the shade of a tree. And took out the small apple slice her dad had given her. She ate it with appreciation, savoring every bit of the single slice's sweet, crisp taste. After finishing, she continued on her way. After walking a short distance, Lily felt that something was missing. She reached for her head and realized with a jolt that she had forgotten her favorite straw hat, where she had just been resting. Worried, she turned back. Luckily, her hat was still there, lying peacefully on the grass.
Hi Lily. Đi đây có chuyện gì đó Arriving at the grocery store, Lily was greeted by a colorful world of endless choices. She stood hesitating between the plump, juicy red apples and the fragrant packages of instant noodles. She craved the apples, but then the image of her hungry dad at home flashed in her mind. Between her own desire and her love for her dad, Lily didn't hesitate to choose the noodle packages. She said goodbye to the shopkeeper and happily returned home. When she got home, Lily proudly handed the packages of noodles to her dad.
Bác cho tiền Ly đi mua đi ăn trái cây mà. Có tiền Ly đi ăn trái cây mà. Mua này gì? Mua này là gì? Bây giờ đi chế này ăn nhá. Tao cứ leo đi kia kìa. Ha. Nào, đây là. Đây. Mua đây nhé. Để túi cho à. Túi đây. Rồi, xem còn tiền không? Hết tiền rồi này. Không gì hết tiền rồi đúng không? Cái gì nhá. Có cái gì cho con nhá. Cái lên trên đi, lên ngồi đi. Đây, đây.
After proudly giving the noodles to her dad, Lily sat obediently in her favorite chair, waiting.
Ngon không? Chắc là đói bụng đúng không? Đói bụng vẫn mua mì đúng không? Mua mì cho đi nhé. Đó, thấy chưa? Thơm không? Thơm nhỉ? Trời ơi. Cho thử nè. Để đây mình đặt lại sau nhé. Bây giờ Ly ra kia ngồi chờ ba nhé. Ba chén nước nóng. Xong rồi ba ra uống ăn nhé. Con xuống đi con, xuống đi. Xuống ra bàn đi. Hãy chờ con, nước nóng lắm. Không chơi được.
From the kitchen came the familiar clinking sounds, and soon a rich, warm aroma of noodles began to fill the house. The scent made Lily's hungry stomach growl even more, but she waited patiently. Her eyes never left the kitchen, eagerly anticipating the results of her important trip. Before long, her dad brought out a steaming bowl of hot noodles.
Đây. Rồi, đưa ở đây nhá. Đi đây này. Chết rồi. Ly. Con lấy đĩa đi, con lấy đĩa của mình đi. Đúng rồi, mang cái đây. Đúng rồi. Đây nhá, để bà lấy cho Ly một miếng nhá.
Wow. The two of them sat together, slurping and enjoying their breakfast. The sound of slurping noodles mixed with the happy glances they shared.
Ly ngoan à? Đây, rửa Ly nhé.
The dad picked out the best piece of cucumber from his bowl for Lily, and she looked up at him blissfully, her eyes sparkling with happiness.
Rồi, đấy, con ăn đi, đúng rồi. Đấy. Cái tay bỏ tay xuống, đúng rồi. Sát đầu tí nữa, Đây, rồi, bỏ tay đi, đúng rồi. Rồi, ăn đi con. Đây. Đấy, con ăn đi, đúng rồi, con ăn đi. Ăn đi. Đúng rồi đấy. Rồi.
Boom.
Đây nhé.
She rummaged through the family's first aid kit, which she had often seen her dad use, and carefully carried out a bottle of red antiseptic and some cotton wool. Her dad smiled at his daughter's quick thinking. He took the bottle from Lily, dabbed a little on the cotton, and gently cleaned the piglet's wound. The piglet flinched slightly, but made no sound, seemingly sensing their gentle care and trusting them completely. Lily stood by, one hand gently holding the piglet's head, the other patting his back comfortingly. Well, this little friend is a member of our family now. Don't you think we should give him a nice name? Lily nodded happily. She exclaimed, "Let's call him Sam." Sam? Her dad repeated, then nodded. Sam, that's a very nice name. It suits him well. From that moment on, the lost piglet had a home, a family, and a name. The adventure of Sam and his best friend Lily
was only just beginning. That afternoon, after telling the two children to play nicely, their dad had to go out for a while.
Đâu? Hai đứa giỏi nhỉ? Làm đến nghỉ ha? Hai chân nào? Hai chân nào? Thôi ở nhà trong nhà cho ba nhé, nghe chưa? Đi. Ồ. Phải không?
The house suddenly became very quiet. Sam, full from the morning's meal, found a warm spot and fell into a deep sleep, occasionally snorting softly in his dreams. But this quiet was an opportunity for Lily's mischievous ideas. She looked around the house and then at her sleeping friend. A plan for an adventure sparked in her dark eyes. Tiptoeing, Lily approached Sam. She gently nudged his ear with her finger and made soft chirping sounds, as if whispering a secret.
Oh?
Startled from his deep sleep, Sam looked bewildered at his best friend. Lily didn't wait for him to fully wake up. She used actions to present her plan. She pointed to the door, then towards the lush green garden outside, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Sam immediately understood, and all his sleepiness vanished. The two eagerly dashed outside. A surprise race began. Their destination was the patch of fresh lettuce that their dad had worked so hard to grow. The two of them started to devour the crisp green lettuce leaves. The happy sound of crunching filled the quiet garden. They were so absorbed that they forgot everything else around them. Without hesitation, Lily hopped onto Sam's back, and the secret feast began. A while later, their dad returned home. "Lily! Sam!" he called out. But only silence answered him.
Đi ơi!
He searched all over the house but couldn't find them. Guessing something was up, he quickly walked out to the garden. And there they were. In the middle of the lettuce patch, which was now missing a corner, the two adorable thieves were enjoying their spoils. Hearing their dad's footsteps, they both looked up, startled, their mouths still dotted with bits of green leaves, their eyes wide with innocent guilt.
Tao lấy đà đấy ha, ăn đây này. Xong chưa?
Seeing this, their dad couldn't possibly be angry. He could only shake his head and laugh. He walked closer and gestured to Lily. "All right, you two thieves. Come over here with me. I have something even tastier than lettuce."
Nè, làm dưa ăn không? Ha. Này bác Lily ít nha, bị ít nha, chưa?
Back inside, Lily continued her role as a capable assistant.
Thấy không?
As her dad cut the watermelon, she crowded around, using her hands to help hold the slice.
Thì đi đâu đây? Chờ tí nha. Bỏ kia đi. Đây này. Rồi đi này. Chín. Đây nè. Đây đây. Đây nè. Đi. Đây đi đây. Đây đi đây. Đây kia ngồi đi.
A moment later, Dad and daughter emerged with a beautifully arranged plate of bright red watermelon. The three of them sat down on the grass, right next to the garden. Sam happily munched on the cool slices of watermelon his dad gave him, while Lily sat in her dad's lap,
Ngon không?
eating and pointing as she recounted their adventure.
Ăn từ thôi nhé. Đứng lên con, đứng lên đi. Nè, đứng lên này. Đấy, bật hết đầy, thấy chưa? Hết chân này này. Đứng lên đi con, đứng lên đi. Đây, ngồi đây này. Ngồi đây. Đây.
Under the gentle afternoon sun, the small garden was filled not just with green vegetables, but with sweet love and boundless forgiveness.
Đã chưa? Thế giờ bác mang giấy rồi. Cho ăn xong mình đi về nhé. Cho ăn thế thôi nhá, được chưa? Cái này cất đi. Cái này tiếp. Chúng ta đi ngồi chơi này. Vào đây. Ngồi xuống đi. Bận đi, bận nhỉ.
Dawn arrived gently, bringing the first golden rays of sunlight through the leaves. Dad was already awake. In the garden, Sam was also awake. A while later, in the quiet house, Lily began to wake up. Dad brought food from the house and fed Sam.
Đây. 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 Nào, một thứ nào. Một thứ nào. Tám. Nào, một thứ nào. Giỏi quá. Ngon nhỉ.
Oh,
She hurried to the door that led to the garden.
vroom vroom.
Lily stood a short distance away, taking in the scene. A strange feeling crept into her heart. It wasn't jealousy, just the fleeting sadness of a child.
Ngon không?
Since Sam had arrived, it seemed her dad's affection had to be shared. She saw Sam being cared for and pampered by her dad, and for a moment, she felt left out. Lily's small shoulders slumped slightly, but Lily wasn't one to sulk for long. The sadness passed like a small cloud, and immediately, another, bigger, and more mature idea popped into her head. Lily turned and ran back into the house. She went straight to the basket of beans her dad had harvested that morning.
Oh. Yay!
Her small but nimble hands moved swiftly, shelling each pod to get the green beans inside. Pop, pop. The steady sound echoed in the small kitchen. After shelling a good amount, she carefully put them in a small pot. Having watched and learned every day, she knew what to do next.
Okay.
She didn't eat right away, but immediately ran out to the garden. Dad! Her cheerful voice called out. She ran to his side, tugged on his sleeve, and pulled him along, her eyes sparkling as if she were about to reveal a great secret.
Sao?
Her dad followed
Đi đâu hả?
Lily into the house,
Hôm nay đâu hả?
surprised.
Sao đi về nè. Đi. Đây nè, cho bà đi nè. Bà đi nha. Đâu? Nào, nó đi nè. Đâu? Rồi đi nè. Đi. Đâu? Có gì cho đâu nè. Đâu đâu. Đâu, đâu đi. Đâu, có gì cho đâu. 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 Có gì đâu.
And then he froze when he saw the plate of steaming, fragrant boiled beans sitting neatly on the table.
Ra đây đi. Ngồi đây nè.
He looked at the beans, then at his little daughter standing beside him, her hands behind her back, her face looking up at him expectantly. He understood everything. He understood her fleeting sadness and her lovely effort. Forgetting all his tiredness, her dad bent down and pulled Lily into a tight hug. It was a hug even warmer than the plate of hot beans. Thank you, my daughter, he said, his voice full of pride and emotion.
Ôi, cảm ơn Ly nhé. Trời ơi. Sao thế, sao thì anh này đút cho ba ăn chứ vậy? Thôi để ba tự ăn được ha. Ôi.
You are so clever. Let's invite the whole family to enjoy the delicious dish made by Chef Lily. And just like that, Lily's fleeting sadness completely vanished, replaced by joy, pride, and overwhelming happiness as all three family members gathered together, enjoying the surprising and loving gift she had prepared with her own hands.
Cảm ơn Ly nhá. Ly nấu hả? Ồ. Giỏi lắm. Đó. Ôi, nữa hả? Nữa hả? Cái này ha. Được không? Này. Đây, cái ly đấy. Ôi. Cảm ơn nhé. Đây, em này. Ngon ha. Ngon không? Đây, cho bạn ha. Đây, vào đây. Cái này ngon được nhé, để bỏ đây ha. Kia con ăn nhé. Ôi, cảm ơn. Đây. Sao em biết nấu cái này ăn vậy hả? Ồ, ngon ha. Đúng rồi đấy. Ăn nhé. Đậm hơi dài ha. Đúng rồi. Nè. Để bỏ luôn, để bỏ. Ăn đi, đúng rồi. Câu được nữa hả? Trời ơi, cảm ơn nhé, nhiều quá. Ừ.